All right. Okay, we're going to look at the. I take a look at the SOI here first. Through much of October, we had a significant run of positive daily contributions. We get here to this October 23rd, 24th, 25th time frame, which correlates with, you go 2 weeks out. So the 6th, 7th, 8th time frame in regards to storm signals. You can't ignore that. I don't care what the upper air guidance is saying. Long range guidance has been showing it. So, I would give some leeway there. So I would say that 4th to 8th time frame in regards to the storm signal. But I'm telling you, mark my words, it's there. We're gonna have a storm. We bumped slightly positive with the daily contributions here from the 26th to the 28th. And the last couple of days, we had daily contributions of slightly below normal and at -3 range. So we are slowly trending down with our 30 and 90-day averages, and you want to see those at least in -8, -10. And I do think that that's going to come, because I honestly think that we're going to have a big flip. I think we're going to have a big flip coming here. Around the 11th, 12th, 13th of November. And then if that's going to completely, turn the SOI daily 30, 90 days on its head and into that -8, -9 negative territory. All right, here I like to use Kyle McRitchie's CFS for trends. So we have several storm signals. The 4th, 8th time frame, like I just mentioned, that correlates with the 10th, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th drops of the SOI here in October. When the 9th to the 13th, and I was watching for an SOI drop around the 28th, 29th. We have it. Not as significant as I thought it would be. So we'll roll with that. That signal's still there, but it's not as strong as I thought it would be. But then again, that latter half of that 4th to 8th time frame bumps into the November 9th to 13th time frame. So maybe that storm signal is more around November 8th and 9th. We'll have to see. Another one here on November 16th to the 20th. Two possible storm signals, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, 19th, but I'm not sure. So, and we're going to have to watch, for correlation there. If we look at the two-week lag period, that 16th to 20th period is going to be in that 2nd to 6th time frame for SOI watching. Then we got the 22nd, 23rd. That's going to be in that November 8th to 10th time frame. for in regards to SOI drops. And then another big one, the 25th, 27th is massive storm signal that we've been tracking. So the 11th, 12th, and 13th time frame, I believe that there's going to be a significant SOI drop. Like I said, it's going to turn the SOI on its head. And then beyond that, I think what I've seen in upper air guidance, we have another storm signal for around the 29th and 29th to December 1st. So that is going to put that at the 15th, 16th, and 17th time frame to watch for the SOI. So I think that week from October 10th, October 10th. I got the wrong months. Okay, let me rewind here. So the 9th to 13th, the 4th to 8th period we got sorted out. That was from the 23rd and 24th of October drops. 9th to 13th, that's the 28th, 29th of October. Signal's not that good. 16th to 20th, that's going to be the 2nd through November 2nd through November 6th. The 22nd to 23rd, that's going to be the 8th and 9th time frame for the SOI drop to watch. The 25th, 26th, 27th storm signal, that's going to be 11th, 12th, 13th time frame to watch. And then the November 29th to December 1st storm signal, that's going to be that 15th, 16th, 17th time frame to watch. So pretty much from November 8th, I'm expecting the SOI to significantly to start steadily dropping. And then once we get into that November 11th time frame and on, then we're going to see it. Then we're going to see it get turned on its head. So that's it for the storm signals. And I apologize for. I think I got my months mixed up there, but now I'm back on track. So here's this current CFS run. Here's our current storm right here. Here's, I mean, this wants to, this piece of energy here wants to drop in. I don't know why it's not dropping in. It's probably the orientation of the ridging, but what it looks like we have a piece, even though this doesn't drop in, we have a piece coming around that looks like it wants to drop in. So we'll see. The ridge progresses east. In Canada, we do get some semblance of a trough in the east. Now here's this 4th to 8th time frame storm signal that I've been watching. Pretty significant. Not crazy deep. Let me go to, is focus on that hour 192. I'm going to go a little closer. So that has that has 55, 52, 549, 546. It's 543 thicknesses there. Upper air temperatures. So it's pretty cold. Let me see how that translates to the surface here. I mean, that's plenty cold. I mean, even to the coast. I mean, we want to see that minus 2C at 850. Let's see what our dew points are. Significant. I mean, that fairly cold. I mean, not crazy cold, but it's there. We got interior. We have interior regions here. That I-81 corridor, along the I-81 corridor, below freezing here. Let's take a look at the surface and see what we got. And there we go. So I'm going to go and let me run this through on the loop. And we'll just go through the whole entire surface look, but then I'm going to explain my storm signal thoughts. So I'm putting a check in regards to that November 4th to 8th period storm. So let's run this through. Here's our Halloween storm or current storm. Here comes our energy. This is Saturday the 6th. I'm going to stop at 168. And take a look at our upper air temps. Still fairly warm. I mean, you can see the cold air wrapping around the upper level low. 500 height anomaly. Nice little upper level low. Take a look at it broader first. Okay, so we got this is what I was saying. You got a negative over Greenland, fairly strong positive over the North Atlantic, and off of New England, stretching down into the Central Atlantic, and then you have almost a quasi 50-50 low here, out in the central North Atlantic. So that upper level low is going to get trapped. So I'm going to cycle it through. And it runs up into that block, and that's gonna plaster interior. That's gonna bring interior snows. And go back to the surface. So here, I'll tell you, for one thing, I'm sure of, we're gonna have the cold air top down. Here's the 5th, 6th, 7th, or here's the 6th, 12Z. And then storm lifts out. And that's our first storm signal. So I'm locking that in. So it looks like that the 9th to 13th time frame is, I'm questioning that storm signal. We might have something, but I don't think it's going to be significant. Here we go, that November 16th to 20th. Give me a sec, bear with me. Here's the 16th. So we're getting to that 16th, 20th time frame. So we have a storm. Looks like two-part. Excuse me. Get some coffee. Two-part storm signal. Now I'm starting to sound like DT. Which is interesting. So I'm really intrigued because I had two storm. There's two storm signals initially that I was seeing: the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th to 20th. It's really, really intriguing. So that 16th to 17th, 16th to 20th time frame. That's going to be that November 2nd to November 6th SOI watch period. There's our low. I'm going to look at the upper air. That's, I'm going to go to a broader view for that period. Just look at the heights. So there's that 4th, 5th. And here's 11th, 12th. So let's revisit the 500 here. Current storm. There's the 6th. There's that 4th, 8th time frame system that I mentioned. 9th, 10th. Still with a trough in the east. A little disjointed. And here comes another trough for the 12th. And that's 312, hour 312. I want to stop it there and want to look at the surface. I mean, that's definitely going to be plenty. That's cold, plenty cold enough right there. Yeah, plenty. Let's see what the surface has. Yeah. We get anything, any type of storm system popping around that 11th, 12th time frame. So that could be that adjust that second storm signal. It's not the 9th to 13th, it's the 11th to 13th. If we get any type of energy in play there, and we have a nice, I mean, synoptically, the setup is not the best, but because we have such a it's almost like this is as good as a Greenland block. I mean, we could get something big out of this 11th to 13th time frame. Okay. So get back to that. Okay, 11th to 13th. So here we go, 15th. So I had the 16th, 20th. Here's another storm signal. And this is a little bit better set up, and we got a classic 50-50 up here. And almost a cross-polar flow here. And ridge orientation, it's not the best, but we have some semblance of a ridge. Really, really strong positive blowing up over just east of Alaska. I mean, west of Alaska, excuse me. So here's, it says 16th to 20th. I had two storm signals, and that 18th to 20th period is one of them. So here's my, okay. So it looks more like it's trending towards, it's going to be one signal. It's trending towards that 18th to 20th of November. And look, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Do have, here the 22nd, do have more of a progressive flow building up, but the ridge is going into, I mean, the Greenland blocking is going into a perfect spot. West base Greenland blocking is the best. Okay, now we got a 50-50. Here's the 24th. So we're getting into that 25th, 27th signal. So looks like there's in regards to 22nd, 23rd, it looks like there's I'm questioning that 22nd, 23rd signal now, because it's not digging in. I don't want to say that it can't, because it's a matter of this kicking. It's a matter of this diving in and popping this, and this ridge popping, and that would create an interesting situation. When we get towards that 25th to 27th time frame, this is interesting. Strong 50-50 low, strong Greenland blocking, P&A ridge looking pretty nice. We have a trough in the east, not quite like what I was expecting. A storm does pop. So here's the 26th. So that's our 6:48. And go a little closer. Bring in, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. You see what our dew points are. In the 20s, I mean, down in the 30s, all the way down into the southeast. Surface temps. Yeah, I'll be surprised if, and I haven't looked at this run yet, so I'll be surprised if there's not snow showing in the interior here. Okay, so we have some snow here, so we'll go back. This this has a lot of potential because you see where that low is positioned. We'll go back to the continental view. And look at the geopotential heights. That cold air is not far from getting pulled in. And if you get any kind of, again, I mentioned, I forget which period that was, I think the 18th to 20th as well. If you get any kind of setup where you have a low that's off the coast like this, and you have a high like that building down in, it's extremely because that cold air damming down the Appalachians, down the I-81 corridor, I've seen it too many times. Sneaky. All right, so let's get back to continental. Yeah, don't want to change that. Look at go back to the 500. Okay, back to our 648. Okay, that's where we were. Yeah, big. So, I mean, that's looking, that November 25th to 27th storm signal, that's looking good. I know I'm locking in that 4th to 8th time frame. My 9th to 13th signal, I think I moved that to the 11th to 13th, and I'm liking that. I'm liking the 18th to 20th. I'm questioning the 22nd and 23rd, but the cold air is going to be there. I mean, we just need to see energy, something popping, or a more definitive signal where the energy is concerned. 25th, 27th, Thanksgiving. Sorry, folks. And then my next storm signal is and my last one that I have on the table is the 29th to the 1st. And we have, this is, again, it's not a perfect ridge. We have a 50-50 low. Block's not quite where we want it, but it sets a wonky pattern, or synoptically, that with the cold air that we have in place, dew points where they are, surface temps where they are, and that cold air is just primed to you give it any reason to get pulled down to the southwest. And we have some precip showing, and there's a lot of energy at play. You take this, ridge, you pull this trough back, and that ridge pops, and this piece of energy pulls in, that block's going to get pushed up, and it's going to be game on for that 29th to 1st time frame. So my confidence there, with that 29th to the December 1st storm signal. I still want to watch the 15th to 17th of November SOI values. Before I get a little bit more confidence on that, I think it's there based off of what I'm seeing synoptically here in the CFS. Again, the CFS I'm only using for synoptic trends and storm signal trends. Unless I have a storm signal that's close to my near term, that's inside that. So we're at October 30th, and I have the 4th to 8th time frame. So that's inside of a week. If it's inside of a week and it's showing on the CFS, I'm locking it in because I've seen evidence in the GFS extended, the GFS ensembles, the GFS operational, as well as the European CFS V2 and Canadian, and even the UK Met, the JMA, and the ICON, the German model. I've seen evidence for that 4th to 8th period. So that's it for the CFS there. Thank you, Kyle McRitchie, for this. Thank you, Pivotal Weather, for this wonderful site. Thank you, Kyle McRitchie, for your CFS ensemble. I want to look at the GFS extended. This runs once a day. This runs every other day. So this run here is from the 29th, and we're currently at the 30th. So run this through. So here's our current storm. So here's the 4th to 8th time frame. So I'm going to say we have the GFS extended for that, 11th to 13th. I'm not so sure about that for the GFS extended. Doesn't look good for that. This is the mean. Here's the 16th, 17th, 18th. So we have, when you see, this seems like a progressive flow, but you have more of a trough in the east. And there's some hint at more of a ridge popping. We have good Greenman blocking here in the mean. So yeah, I like the GFS extended mean. Gets in and supports. And here's that November 29th to December 1st signal that I was mentioning when I was going through the pivotal CFS. And so we have that for the GFS extended, the mean, and that's pretty nice. That's a pretty sweet looking setup. So let's look at the control. Oh, wait. Make sure here. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the control. Might be some differences between the control and the mean. The mean is the sum of the averages. So we might see more stronger storm signals here. Okay, so there's the 10th. So that brings in that November 9th time frame. Nuts. All right, so gets more positive there in the east, ridging, but I will remind you that, I mean, that's not going to be a blowtorch, but it's definitely warmer in that November 15th time frame. Here's the 17th, 18th. Here's the 25th, 27th storm. And I think there's, I like this. And then here's that orientation, that weird orientations backwards. You want to see the positives here, negative here. But again, with a ridge like this, it serves the same purpose. So the GFS extended mean and control are seeing this December 29th to 1st. And I think what's going on with the extended GFS extended is the strat warm that's coming. So let's look at the weeklies real quick. So there's a trough for the 4th to 8th time frame, moves out. So we have some agreement there in regards to that storm signal from the weekly's mean. Blocking's building up nice. Just need to get that ridge showing more. So when you see this as a zonal, it tells me that a trough is trying to dig here, and the ridge is trying to pop in the mean. So it looks more of a trough in the east there, even though you have some slight positives showing. There it comes out. That's November 26th. And then here we go, December 7th. I mean, nice, more of a ridge there in the west, deeper trough in the east. And look at the control. Cycle this through. There's the 4th, 5th. So weird synoptic setup here. We have that storm in that 9th time frame. Let's look at the 850s, the 1 day. That's significant. That's like minus 11 below normal. So go back to the Northern Hemisphere view. That system comes up. 16th of November, 17th. '24th, again towards that there's Thanksgiving. Decent blocking. Not perfect. December 2nd. So here's that falls in that 29th, the first time frame. So I can't discount that. Big storm there showing on the weekly's control. That's very cold. That's 513 thicknesses. That's monster cold there, man. That's minus 14.5 C below normal at 850. And run out temperature wise. You can see you can almost pick out a surface low there in the 850s. Go back to our heights. December 8th, out through the run, end of the run. That's a cross polar flow right there. Again, wonky, positive, negative setup at the end of the run. You take a look at the ensembles, this Canadian ensemble mean. Run through. There's my 4th to 8th. You got a trough there. Ridge is a little wonkier. Canadian's definitely a little different. There's some hint at the trend there in the Canadian. Not as much as I'd like to see, but I think it'll come around. Here's the GFS mean, ensemble mean. Not too bad. Too bad. Block building back up. Here's a European mean on ensemble mean. So we have that. Well, let me go to the 0Z. So we have that 4th to 8th time frame. We have that signal. Trough in the east. Ridge pushes. Ridging evolution's not bad on the mean. European ensemble control. Again, that's the 60 run. It only goes out 144 hours. That's valid November 5th. So we got that storm there. So here's the 0Z run, the overnight run. And there's that 4th to 8th time frame signal. Trough gets out. something drops in here at 12th to 13th time frame. What looks like a little bit of a cutoff low there on the European ensemble control. All right, so European ensemble control is showing at 12th to 13th time frame signal as well. It's different evolution though than what I think it's going to be. Now let's take a look at the European. Look at the operational models. Go to the 0Z run. So here's our current system right here, wrapping up, moving out. Here's that 4th to 8th time frame storm signal. Let's look a little closer. See what we got aloft with the temperatures. Not terrible. Nice at 700 as you go up to jet level. Nice little hint of cold air damming here in central and south central PA. And there we have some snow. Well, that's a European operational. So that's pretty much it for now. I will have more updates. I know this was a long video, so I appreciate it if you watch.